Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Thought I would sit down and do a video for you guys and gals. Sip of my water, get my radio voice going. Let's talk a little bit about part of what I'm doing. And I think this will make more sense for people who have been confused as to why I am making more of a push towards aesthetics and body composition as an older lifter, and that I am gravitating towards coaching older lifters is simply out of necessity. It is out of necessity. And what I want people to grasp, think about how long I have been doing this. Think about my client base, my long-term follower base. You know, people have brought up this stuff, but you built a niche around strength, not caring about this or that, around strength, not caring about body fat as much, any of these things. What they're not grasping is that my original audience got older. My client base has gotten older. And I can tell you guys as a coach, over 35 lifters are generally better clients. Sorry, I hate to have to tell you guys that. They're number one, they have less ego, they're more consistent in their training, they're more financially stable. Is that 100% true? No. But by and large, that is a largely true reality, okay? As lifters start to get older, who've pounded away on the really heavy weight, they can't anymore. What's one of the things you guys have seen me have to do? Even when I was getting stronger last year during that lean bulk, there was a point where I'm like, I can only handle so much of the heavy work, okay? I couldn't even do that much heavy squatting sometimes. It was a problem. Hips didn't like it. I would get really fatigued doing heavy rep work on benching, heavy rep work on deadlifts. Yes, I got stronger, but I was getting more fatigued, more beat up. Okay. It becomes harder to keep up with those things. We have to, by necessity, focus on more hypertrophy work if we want to keep making progress. Younger lifters in their 20s can beat away for 5, 7, sometimes 8 years, heavy lifts, even if their goals is powerlifting. Eventually we reach a point where if you do not dial that back and focus on body composition and muscle mass, you start to break easier. I got away with it longer than others because I kept a lot of hypertrophy work in and always limited the heavy work, okay? Something I have noticed during my own training last year, same thing when I noticed a lot of my lifters, even over age 30, those top end sets of 5-ish reps, those AMRAPs, they can't handle them for long. They can do training maxes all the time. Lifters come in and hit singles at 90%, and guess who gets just as strong? I've had guys squat over 600 pounds, deadlift over 600 pounds. Who train that way? To squat 600 pounds, you don't have to squat 600 pounds until you need to when it counts. You can do singles with 550. Notice I didn't say reps, didn't say top sets. You can do singles with 550. And do a ton of leg pressing, good mornings, hypertrophy, high volume work. It works. I've done it with clients. So let's come over and discuss the needs of the clients. Okay? As lifters are getting older, my client base, my audience has gotten older. I've had people say, but you built a niche, but my old school audience are all 40. Okay, even my guys who are like, I started watching you at 20 back in 2013. They're 31 now. Okay, things change. The other thing, bulking all the time. People's blood work isn't as good. Their doctors don't like it. They want them leaner. So let's come back over to the point. As the lifters are aging, they don't like being beat up all the time. For health purposes, they're having to get leaner. So if we want to keep making gains, we have to gain muscle, but then their body weights start getting higher than ideal. They also realize looking fit and being in shape as they get older has business value. It has confidence value. See where I'm going? It's better for their careers. It's better for social status. Guy who's big and strong and has a bit of a belly, sure, he's going to get noticed. But the guy who's big and strong and leaner, even at the same strength level, guess what? He commands more respect. It's worth more in a professional environment. Okay, so do we understand where we're going? This is by necessity. It is by necessity. So yes, I've improved my physique, but a lot of it comes from the things that I am doing as a coach and realizing and watching my client base get older and become middle-aged. Watching my old school fan base become middle-aged. The daddy, which is kind of a funny thing. I know it's silly. I know some people are like, that's cringy, but I don't care. Okay? This has appeal. And it's not an appeal to my niche audience because my niche audience doesn't exist. Okay, the people who were truly about strength in 2013 and didn't mind having a bit of a belly, just cared about the big squat, don't like taking Lipitor. They don't like their joints hurting now. Older lifters have different needs. If they want to stay in the game, if they still want to be strong, they can't lift heavy all the time. We have to mitigate the heavy lifting. We have to focus on body composition. We have to focus on health, because let's talk about inflammation and recovery. If we carry more body fat, we have more inflammation in our body. We recover slower, particularly as we get older. We have to get leaner. We have to do more volume for hypertrophy to improve insulin sensitivity, our blood work, muscle mass, all these things, and to get stronger, because we can't just beat the heavy weights. We have to gain a bunch of our strength at that point by, can I get a little more muscle mass? It is a different game. And I have had to adapt and I've had to evolve. And I've had to set aside whatever old ideas I had 10 years ago. Carrying a bunch of herbs is gay. You know, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Everybody wants abs. Almost every one of you want to look good naked. Shut up. We need to get over that silliness at this point. And that includes me. So there's a point where we have to grow up and evolve. And I've had to evolve my business. And again, my niche audience has gotten older. They have to get leaner. They have to do more rep work, less heavy work. They have to clean their diets up. Okay. I am having to evolve as I and my original audience age, and then the next generation coming in sees it, because I have to get them ready for that to happen too, because I'm playing the long game. I'm not here pursuing, can I help someone get through their new gains real quick? No, I want to get people prepared for 10 years from now. I need the advice I'm giving people now who are chiming in to be useful to them in 5 years, to be useful to them in 10 years. And then those are the people who are going to come and stick around, and they're going to hire me later, just like a bunch of people previously did. And they still see me getting older, staying in the game. I'm playing the long game, and we have to evolve with it. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.